News at 10. First, the highlights. Lagos State Government intensifies drivers' welfare safety initiative program in Ibejuleki. Army deploys Special Intervention Battalion to Benue, Nasarawa, Taraba State. On the foreign scene, 9 people died, 25 others injured in British Columbia school shooting. And in sport, Norwegian outfit SK Brand signs Nigerian winger Chinedu Ononogbu on long-term deal. Now the details. I am Dele Agadumo. Lagos State Government, through the Ministry of Transportation, has continued the Drivers' Welfare and Safety Initiative in Ibejuleki. Speaking at the Lagos State Drivers' Care Initiative, Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Transport and Logistics, Hassan Adekoya, said the program reflects Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's commitment to people-centered governance under the Themes Plus agenda, with strong emphasis on traffic safety, health, and social inclusion. Adekoya described drivers as the pillar of the state's transport system, noting that their well-being directly impacts road safety and economic productivity, in line with the Safer Lagos initiative.
The program demonstrates a government that is committed to prevention, safety, and human dignity. I sincerely thank all stakeholders who made this initiative possible. Our collaboration is vital to building a safer Lagos. In closing, the Lagos State government remains committed to well-being of transport operators and all road users.
In her remarks, the General Manager of the Lagos State Drivers Institute, Afusat Tiamiyu, said the institute has commenced the retraining and recertification of drivers at the Ibejuleki Center. Tiamiyu said the state governor has mandated the retraining of 2,000 drivers who will be issued certificates to promote safer roads across the state.
Purpose of driver training, retraining, and certification for safety on Lagos Road. We came here to partner with Honorable so that drivers will be informed of what is expected of them to do continuously to make Lagos safe for all Lagosians.
Also speaking, Lagos Strategic Commander of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Representative Titilope Oguluyi, said the agency is on ground to educate drivers on the harmful effects of drug abuse.
I want to give it to the Lagos State Governor, and the SC on transport as well, for limiting to this a laudable initiative at this point in time, because I think this is the best time for us to do it, and it's a laudable, like I rightly say, because our drivers, they are major stakeholders when it comes to the economy of the nation and even for safety as well. And when people are well informed, they will not know the drug. So you can see, they are conducting drug tests on this road.
The program includes free eye screening and the distribution of corrective glasses to 10,000 truck and commercial drivers, alongside public sensitization on the dangers of substance abuse and routine drug testing. The first batch of the 2025 Lagos State pilgrims on pilgrimage to Israel and Jordan have safely arrived in Lagos, marking the safe conclusion of their spiritual journey to the Holy Land. The pilgrims arrived at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Ikeja, at 5:20 p.m. on Tuesday aboard a Southwind airline and were received by officials of the Lagos State Christian Pilgrims Welfare Board. The pilgrims expressed gratitude for the smooth logistics, safe travel, and the spiritual rejuvenation they experienced, pledging to share the lessons of faith, peace, and unity with their communities back home.
I really want to appreciate His Excellency Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, the Lagos Pilgrimage Welfare Board, and every organizer. I really appreciate our opportunity.
State government, I pray that Lagos State government will continue to prosper. I'm happy.
We are so grateful to the leadership of the state, particularly our governor. I will pray that God will continue to empower him to even do more to the generality of the people of this state.
And Lagos State has done so so much, and as well in collaboration with Nigerian Christian Pilgrims Board, as well as the Lagos State Christian Pilgrims Board, in putting this together.
The pilgrims, while in the Holy Land of Israel and Jordan, visited various biblical spots, praying for their families, Lagos State and Nigeria. Meanwhile, Board Secretary, Lagos State Christian Pilgrims Welfare Board, Bolabo Okudero, has commended the pilgrims of the first batch for their laudable conduct during the spiritual exercise. Okudero urged those on the second batch to emulate the Christ-like conduct of the first batch and surpass them.
Home is home, despite the fact that we were yearning to go for spiritual rejuvenation. At the same time, you can't take it away from us. Home is home. We are back, spiritually rejuvenated, faith recalibrated, believing that what we have gone to ask the Lord has been done. We have the faith that now that we are back home, we begin to exercise a character that would depict that, yes, you've actually been honored with that JP title. That's exactly what I want us to now be exhibiting as Christians who has visited the Holy Land of Israel.
The second batch will leave Jordan and Israel today to conclude the spiritual exercise for year 2025. Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Heineken Lokmobiri, has urged African countries to push for a shift in global energy conversations from an exclusive focus on energy transition to a more realistic and inclusive energy mix. Lokmobiri made the call at the 10th Sub-Saharan Africa International Petroleum Exhibition and Conference, which marks a decade of engagement among energy leaders across the continent. He said Africa must be allowed to responsibly harness its oil and gas resources to tackle energy poverty and fast-track development, insisting that fossil fuels will remain critical to the continent's growth for decades to come. According to Lokmobiri, global thinking on energy is gradually evolving, with international institutions now recognizing that a balanced energy mix rather than an abrupt exit from fossil fuels is essential for sustainable growth, especially in developing regions. Now to the rest of the stories. The Nigerian Army has deployed specially trained troops of the Chief of Army Staff, Special Intervention Battalion 15, to Benue, Nasarawa and Taraba states. The deployment is aimed at strengthening internal security and stabilizing vulnerable communities across the affected regions. The troops will serve as a force multiplier to the Joint Task Force, Operation World Stroke, following the completion of an intensive Special Forces training program at the Nigerian Army Training Center in Kontagora. In a statement signed by the acting media information officer of Operation World Stroke, Ahmed Zubeiru, the Army said the deployment was approved by the Chief of Army Staff, Waidi Shuaibu. According to the statement, the newly graduated soldiers have been assigned to key formations and operational theatres across the country as part of renewed efforts to enhance security and restore stability in troubled communities. The Department of State Services DSS in Kwara State has issued a security alert over a possible attack on Babe community in Baratain local government area. The warning was conveyed in a letter addressed to the Commissioner of Police at the Kwara State Command Headquarters in Ilorin. The correspondence, signed by the State Director of DSS, J.S. Adams, raised concerns over suspicious movements in the area. According to the letter, intelligence reports indicate a build-up of armed men around Kiyuru settlement in Gwanara district. The DSS noted that tensions are high, with villagers reportedly expressing hostility towards the suspected group. The alert comes just days after a deadly attack on Woro community in neighboring Kayama local government area, which left several residents dead, heightening fears across the Kwara North axis. The Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Abubakar Kyari, has been appointed chairman of the Governing Council of the International Fund for Agricultural Development, IFAD. Kyari's emergence was announced at the 49th session of the IFAD Governing Council meeting held in Rome, Italy. In his acceptance speech, the minister described the appointment as a responsibility rather than a personal honor, noting that it represents a commitment to vulnerable rural populations around the world. Now to foreign news. 9 people have been confirmed dead and 25 others injured following shootings at a secondary school and a nearby home in British Columbia, Western Canada. Police say 6 victims were found dead inside the school, while a 7th person died on the way to hospital. The suspect was also discovered at the school with what officials described as a self-inflicted injury. 2 additional bodies were later found at a nearby residence. Investigators believe the incidents are connected, but say they are not yet in a position to confirm that definitively. Canada's Prime Minister Mark Carney says he is devastated by what he called the horrific shootings. In our sport, Norwegian top flight side SK Brann has completed the signing of Nigerian winger Chinedu Ononogbo from Right to Win Football Club. The 18-year-old has penned a contract that will keep him at the club until 2029. Ononogbo was discovered by Brann scouts during a local tournament in January and is expected to begin his development with the club's youth team before pushing for a place in the senior squad. Speaking after sealing the move, the teenager expressed delight at the opportunity, describing it as a major step in his career. Brann's sporting director, Per Ove Ludvigsen, said the club believes in the young winger's potential and hopes he will grow to make a significant impact in the future. And that is our news at 10. Just before we go, ensure you make use of your seatbelt while driving. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. Visit our website on www.trafficradio961.ng. You can also listen to Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM live on My Lagos app for timely update. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration completed and inaugurated 120 units Courtland Villas, Igbokushu, Lekki? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Government, through the Ministry of Transportation, has continued the Drivers' Welfare and Safety Initiative in Ibeju-Lekki. The Nigerian Army has deployed specially trained troops of the Chief of Army Staff Special Intervention Battalion 15 to Benue, Nasarawa and Taraba States. We also told you that 9 people have been confirmed dead and 25 others injured following shootings at a secondary school and a nearby home in British Columbia, Western Canada. And in sport, Norwegian top flight side SK Brann has completed the signing of Nigerian winger Chinedu Ononogbo from Right to Win Football Club. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That is news broadcast compiled by Adirayo Iduwolaya. I am Dele Agadumo. Good morning. Thank you for listening.
Think of great music. Think of transportation experts discussing issues. Think of government policies well spelled out. Think